proud to introduce head coach Brian Gibson as we induct him to our Hall of Fame. Coach Brian Gibson worked at Village Christian for 19 years. He taught earth science, PE, and was a middle school AD for 1 year. In addition, he was a head varsity boys basketball coach, a head varsity boys baseball coach, and assistant football coach, as well as a head girls basketball coach. He had quite a tenure at Village over those 19 years, advanced in a lot of the teams in boys basketball, won league titles in 3 consecutive years, and made an appearance in the playoffs 6 consecutive years. In baseball, they made the playoffs every year except for 1 during his tenure. And a couple of league championships. In football, he worked as an assistant on the 2003 CIF championship team. And in girls basketball, in his 2 years as a girls basketball coach, they went to the CIF finals and the semifinals in back-to-back years. Coach Gibson had quite an outstanding career. After leaving Village, he has gone up to Desert Christian High School up in Lancaster, where he's worked there as the athletic director and assistant principal for the past 7 years. A 12th grade Bible teacher, a head girls basketball coach, and baseball coach at Desert Christian. We'd like to thank Gibson for his years of service at Village Christian. In addition to Brian, we also would like to thank his wife Di and his 6 children, Sarah, Brian David, Hannah, Tabitha, Rebecca, and Leah. As we all know, working at a school in our ministry, we take a lot of hours away from our families and as we invest in kids' lives. And so I want to thank them especially for the years that they gave us, Coach Brian Gibson. At this time, to say a few words about our inductee, we've brought back former head coach and teacher Pat Hamlin, who coached with, alongside Brian in a couple of sports, and he's going to say a few words about Brian.
Well, it's my privilege to be here. I'm also a former player of Coach Gibson's, and it's a good thing I wasn't the most talented player that played for him, otherwise he most certainly would not be going into the Hall of Fame tonight. But with Coach Gibson, I was a student here for 13 years, a teacher for 5, and coached for about 12 years. The person who had the greatest influence on me out of any faculty member or staff member here was Brian Gibson. I would say that I'm probably biased in this opinion, but I firmly believe that he's the best coach that our school has ever had. Not only did he win games and win league championships, and those certainly speak for themselves, he took 2 programs, a boys basketball program and the baseball program, and he really elevated them from teams that were not even respected within the league on a regular basis to teams that were regularly competing for league championships and with the best teams in the area in our division. There's 3 things I'd like to say about Coach Gibson and why I think he's the best coach and why he's most certainly deserving of being in the Hall of Fame here at Village. One is he demanded excellence from us as players and from us as assistant coaches. There was never a time in practice he wasn't prepared. Every little detail, he demanded excellence. Mediocrity was certainly not tolerated, and we would repeat things over and over and over again until we got it right. He demanded excellence from us, and he demanded it from himself. I remember one game, we lost a game at Oak Park, and in the locker room, we were upset, and he looked at us and said, "Guys, this game is my fault. I should have made adjustments." You don't see that type of humility often from a coach, but we're very thankful to get that from Coach Gibson. He demanded excellence from us. Also, he won with integrity. There's a lot of schools that don't win with integrity. We would go regularly up against schools that would use undue influence to get players. Brian never did that. In fact, in the years he was a head coach, I don't remember him ever getting a technical foul. That, which is an impressive thing nowadays in high school sports.
Yeah, it's
You know, that had an influence on one of the players my senior year. He quit the team halfway through the year and wanted to try to show up Coach Gibson, and Coach let it go. And years later, come to find out, this same player came to know Christ, and he came to Brian and thanked Brian for his godly influence on him. And that leads to the 3rd reason why Coach Gibson's definitely a Hall of Famer, especially at a Christian school, is that he's a theologian who really loved the souls of his players. There were so many times where we would be discussing the Bible on team bus rides or in study halls before games. In the 13 years I was a student here, my best Bible teacher and this is no offense to any of my Bible teachers, but my greatest Bible teacher was Brian Gibson. There are things that I remember studying the Bible 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, you know, a long time ago now, over 20 years ago, that I remember from Coach Gibson. He's certainly deserving of this honor, and I'm thankful that I could be here tonight for Coach Gibson.
On behalf of Village Christian Schools, we'd like to induct Brian Gibson to the Hall of Fame in recognition of his outstanding achievement as baseball coach, head boys basketball coach, and head girls basketball coach. Congratulations, Kevin.
First of all, I want to thank Pat Hamlin and Kevin for all the hard work and even to think about this incredible honor for me. And I just want to share one verse with you, because as I was reflecting and Kevin had talked to me, the Lord impressed this upon me, and I want to share a little bit about this and why I chose this. It's Romans chapter 1, verse 11, and allow me for this short time to talk about it a little bit. And Paul says this, "For I have longed to see you, so that I may impart some spiritual gift to you, that you may be established, that is, that I may be encouraged together with you while among you." And the reason why I chose that verse is the reason that I'm in the Hall of Fame. It's not because of anything that's outstanding in my own part. The reality of it is, and by the grace of God who appeared in my heart, who made me realize my relationship with Him, I'm here because of Village Christian administration, Village Christian teaching staff, Village Christian coaches, and the Village Christian students that I was able to be involved in. And they invested in me so that I was able to be the godly man and the coach that God used to impact many students here. And I want to thank everybody that is here and that was involved in my life, because you invested in me, and I am what I am today because the grace of God, with all those people involved, really encouraged my life. So thank you very much, Village, for this honor. I appreciate it greatly.